What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is The Average Joe. Guys, I want to say thank you. I really appreciate all of the heartfelt sentiments and the concern. I felt it through your messages in the comments and everything. Some didn't come out and directly say that, but I definitely understood where you was coming from, and I appreciate it. Things have kind of slowed down just a little bit, and I'm able to really get back to my focus to making these crypto videos. It seems like the crash and then my mom going down, basically I had to divert my focus and it threw me off a little bit. Keep in mind, I also work full time and I'm just one person and I'm house hunting. So I got a lot going on. So keep in mind, I appreciate you guys hanging around. I think I even gained 2 subscribers. So look, guys, this is very important. This story that I'm bringing to you right now, I want you to watch this video all the way to the end. This is being used for a teachable moment. Fair use, fair use. Watch this video and I'm going to come back on the other side and I'm going to tell you what he's not telling you as it pertains to cryptocurrency and why you need to hold on to your cryptocurrency. All right, watch this video. It's very, very important. I'll be back.
Look, what's your read on this crackdown in China? Is it really that bad in the long term, or could it be something else?
Bad? This is fantastic news. I mean, it is a rite of passage for freedom technology to get banned in China. Look at Google, look at Facebook. In hindsight, were those sell signals for those stocks or were they buy signals? This means that Bitcoin is working, not that it's failing. It's making nations shiver in their boots. And the fact that the market is responding this way, I don't think they fully understand what's going on here. Nations are now picking a side. China is responding to this like they did with Google, like they did with Facebook. That is incredibly bullish for Bitcoin long term and medium term as the ASICs flow out of China and into the United States.
Okay, so what do you say to the investors who've bought in, who are shivering in their boots that their that their investment isn't going to be what they thought it was?
Well, those investors are unfortunately not orange-pilled like we are. They're still denominating their returns in US dollars, and to some extent we all are. But in the long run, Bitcoin is going to be where it needs to be. We're going to start valuing our wealth in terms of Bitcoin, and the volatility is the tax that we pay for being on the right side of this trade, this incredible trade. In the long run, that's going to be a huge, huge dividend.
What is where it needs to be to you? I mean, we've heard to a million, to infinity, and beyond. One Lambo by the end of the year, though a cheaper Lambo, I guess. I mean, what's your price prediction?
So I don't like to speak too much about price. In my mind, one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, and that will always be the case. And the fact that Chinese miners can shut down and go to the United States, and somehow this rocks people's perceptions of the long-term trend, which is that Bitcoin is the greatest store of value in the history of planet Earth. Nothing is even comparable. That's just an opportunity. And you know, when I have cash, it goes into Bitcoin because I know what it is. It's the best savings mechanism, and blips in hash rate, geopolitical tensions with Bitcoin, these are all bosses along the way to the inevitable state of Bitcoin becoming universally identified as the greatest store of value we've ever seen.
So given how much you know about mining, can you explain how are the mining operations in China different from what is happening in the United States?
It's a great question. So in China, a phone call can be made and an entire mining plant can shut down. And the United States is a little bit more tricky because there's something called federalism. We have things like states' rights. So Texas is becoming the global, the capital of Bitcoin mining in the United States right now. If the federal government tried to do something to Texas to get them to shut down their miners, there'd be lawsuits flowing back and forth. There'd be people with guns on the borders of Texas. Greg Abbott is a big supporter of Bitcoin mining, and federalism is why Bitcoin mining operations getting stronger in Texas, getting stronger in Wyoming, getting stronger in Florida is much safer than under a centrally controlling dominant government like China. An ASIC in the United States is more likely to stay up and mine Bitcoin forever than somewhere else where we don't have this kind of distribution of powers at the federal and state level.
Well, speaking about power, are you at all concerned about the position that the U.S. government is going to take on this? We haven't gotten a lot of signals, but we do know that regulation is coming.
Yeah, regulation is coming, I think, more towards the exchange side, the people that sell Bitcoin, things of that nature. But as we see these ASICs flow in from China, when I say ASIC, I mean the Bitcoin mining computer. As we see them flow from China to Texas, Wyoming, and Florida, we're going to see more demand for skilled jobs. We're going to see electricians, campus managers, IT staff, booming industries in these states. And what's going to happen? The governors, the local politicians, the mayors, they're going to double down on Bitcoin mining. So suddenly you're going to have strong state incentives to grow the mining industry there. The positives for renewable energy development can't be overstated. The federal government, they can have their own thoughts on it, but we have states' rights in this country, and that's going to be a big, big boon to Bitcoin in America.
If there were bigger mining operations in the United States, how do you think that would impact Bitcoin adoption?
Well, clarity from the regulatory side, seeing state leaders come out in favor of Bitcoin. If it's not just us weirdos on crypto Twitter talking about Bitcoin, but you have governors and mayors talking about it, it would probably give some sense of security to people who are looking to get their feet wet with Bitcoin. So the more politicians like Cynthia Lummis, Greg Abbott, Mayor Francis Suarez in Miami, the more of these people we have endorsing Bitcoin, the easier it is for other generations to get involved comfortably and get excited about what we have here.
So there you have it. These miners can't wait to get to a unregulated space where they can pretty much move proficiently as they choose to without so much regulations from China. We know that China basically has a pretty good authoritarian hand of everything that goes on in their country. And these miners want to continue to make money and feed their family, all right? And this is blockchain. And all blockchain is just a distributed ledger. And the miners solve the mathematical equation in the blockchain, and they are paid in Bitcoin. This is how they are feeding their family, okay? So I think Kazakhstan, I hope I'm saying that right, because Kazakhstan, that is where some of the places where some of them are going. They're probably not gonna all go to one place. Of course, they're gonna be coming here to the United States. They're gonna be coming to Texas. They're gonna be going to Florida, of course, Wyoming. This is a great opportunity for these guys to not only make a lot of money, but to do it in a way where they can kind of, relax a little bit and not have to worry about China and crackdowns, because China has done this before, but this time they're kicking these guys out. So this goes back to LB 649, okay? You remember the story I put out with Telcoin and Senator Mike Flood and also Governor Pete Ricketts of Nebraska, and they enacted LB 649. They brought Telcoin to Nebraska. That's where they're headquartered at right now, okay? All right, so basically there were 31 other states that also decided to move forward, and the government wanted for them to hold up a little bit. And as you see what Senator Mike Flood and Governor Pete Ricketts did with LB 649 did, and pretty much the other 30 states are following suit. In Wyoming, they told the government, now we got this. We are going to do our own statewide thing. Why do you think they are doing this? Because they already knew that the miners was going to be kicked out. Guys, there are going to be some things that we just simply don't know, but we have to follow the clues, all right? We have to follow the clues. It's like a puzzle. We got to put these pieces together. Okay, so I think they had foreknowledge that these guys were going to get kicked out, because all this stuff was already put in place as far as LB 649 and all these other states that are making way for these miners to come. They already knew, guys. They already knew. So as these guys come and start getting set back up again, you're going to start seeing certain projects take off again. And guys, I couldn't help but to remember YouTuber Erica Williams, Classy Climb. She has a great channel, and she's always talking about innovation. She's talking about technology. She's talking about techs a lot. She beats on tech and trucking and stuff like that a lot, and showing up your skills. And as you see, all these jobs are going to be coming to Texas, okay? And I'm going to tell you something, what I'm thinking about doing, because I'm a welder, okay? So I have 4 certifications. I'm going to tell you more about that and what I'm thinking about doing as far as Texas in my very next video. Like I said, I'm house hunting, things like that. I'm thinking about a townhouse. It's a lot of things going on. I'll tell you why, and as it pertains to Texas and some other things that's going on in this space. But basically, this is an opportunity for you right now to get some of the top cryptos like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Cardano, like Polkadot, like Chainlink, all right, like Polygon Matic. Why? Because these are the top projects that will be taken off first. I'll always bang utility, utility, utility for a reason, okay? And we also have our meme tokens, which I'm heavily in, okay? I got 50 million shit. Is because those speculative coins move when there's announcements. They move when there's new announcements of exchanges that they are going on. So they have their place too. I always love to hedge my bet. I don't like to be so far extended into one endeavor. I don't care what it is. All right. So this is a great time to be in cryptocurrency. This is a great time to be showing up your skills. If you're in tech, you see they're going to Texas. So we're going to need a lot of miners that are able to solve these mathematical equations on the blockchain, and then you can get paid in Bitcoin. This is a great time. This is a boom for the United States. Imagine being in the wild, wild west for these miners. That's the reason why they wanted to get out of China. This is like the wild, wild west. These guys are gonna have opportunities to make a lot of money, and so will you and I. But you gotta stay 10 toes down. You got to hold on to your crypto, all right? So this is the time for you to double down, triple down, quadruple down, and be adding to your positions, dollar cost average in, when you see days when your certain project is down. This is even more a time for you to go and read those white papers like I always profess, all right? This stuff will moon pretty quick. It doesn't take long for these guys to get set up. If you think it takes a long time for these guys to get set up, you are sadly mistaken. Okay, this is the information age. This is technology. We have 5G now. As you see, China was working on 6G, and we are working on 6G right now. Okay, so this will not take long to get up and running. These guys are feeding their family with this. All right, so until my next video, I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Average Joe out. Peace.